Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And today we are going to be looking at the 2024 version of Ottos' Irresistible Dance. This is a 6th level spell. It has changed quite a bit over the term of Dungeons and Dragons. And right now we've got the Legacy version up. We're going to be comparing this and all the other versions to the 2024 today, so stay tuned. All right, we're back. And first off, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, back in the day, we gave this spell an S. This is a totally awesome spell. In Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, it was an 8th level spell. It has been lowered to a 6th level spell, and it essentially does the same thing. So it's 6th level, 1 action, range of 30 feet, verbal component only, usable by bards and wizards. It lasts for a minute with concentration, and it's a wisdom save, which is great. So you choose a creature, you say some words, and they immediately start to dance. No saving throw. And creatures that cannot be charmed or immune. And then it's got to use all of its movements to dance. It has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws and attack rolls. Not dexterity attack rolls, but dexterity saving throws and all attack rolls. That's kind of a confusing sentence. And then while the target is affected by this spell, other creatures have advantage on attack rolls against it. And then as an action, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw to regain control of itself. So when you first hit them with the spell, there's no saving throw. So they're stuck for a turn. And if they choose not to use their action, then they're dancing. And it was pretty much that simple. And they had a huge penalty. So let's take a look at the 2024 version. So all this stuff is the same. They didn't really add any classes to it. It's still Bard and Wizard. So here's where the difference happened, and this is where the nerf happens. One creature that you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a successful save, the target dances comically until the end of its next turn, during which it must spend all of its movement to dance. So it gets a saving throw automatically, but the nerf is kind of hidden over, because this would have forced it to dance until it used an action. This gives it a saving throw right off the bat. It's still going to dance until the end of its turn. So you hit it, it gets a save, and then it dances until the end of its turn. And then the effect's over with. It's done. On a failed save, the target has the charm condition for the duration, which, if you don't know what the charm condition is, here it is right here. Can't harm the charmer. Can't basically target the harmer with damaging abilities or magical effects. And then the charmer has advantage on ability checks to interact with it socially. Then, while charmed, the target dances comically. Must use all of its movement to dance in place, has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws and attack rolls. Not dexterity attack rolls, but all attack rolls. And other creatures have advantage on attack rolls. On each of its turn, the target can use its action to collect itself and repeat the save. So they added this saving throw at the beginning of it, giving the target a chance to get out of it, So, okay, that is a nerf. It's still a great spell. What are we going to give it now? Well, we're not going to give it an S anymore. We're going to give it an A. It was an S primarily because the chance of getting out of it on the first turn wasn't there. And now it's there. Even though it's going to dance for a turn, it still only is going to dance for a turn if it makes it save. All right, and as usual, with classes that could be used from 2024, we love the Sorcerer. We don't like the picture, but we love the Sorcerer. And we especially love the Sorcerer's ability to do innate sorcery, which raises the DC of the spell by 1. We also like the Metamagic ability to heighten the spell, forcing disadvantage on all saving throws against the spell. You could also quicken this spell. In addition, for bards, we like Bard of Eloquence and Unsettling Words so that you can give it a subtraction penalty to that first saving throw. So there is that. All right, now back in the day when it was just Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, this spell was an 8th level spell, Ottos' Irresistible Dance. 8th level spell, had a range of touch, so the spell in 5th edition and 2024 has a range of 30 feet. So there is that. This one has a range of touch. It lasts for 2 to 5 rounds. I don't know why Gary Gygax decided it lasted the same amount of time that a magic missile does damage, but it does. And it was only a verbal component. It's an enchantment charm spell. It was a magic user spell. So when Ottos' Irresistible Dance is placed upon a creature, the spell causes the recipient to begin dancing, feet shuffling, and tapping. The dance makes it impossible for the victim to do anything other than caper and dance. So no attacks, no moves, nothing. All it can do is dance. It lowers its armor class by... it takes a -4 penalty to its armor class, which is a little confusing because... armor class at that time, the lower the better. Made saving throws impossible. So it couldn't make a saving throw against anything. So you could hit this thing with a death spell and it would just take it out instantly. And negates any consideration of a shield. So it can't use a shield. Note that the creature must be touched, possibly as if melee combat were taking place and the spellcaster were striking damage. So it was a nasty spell and it was 8th level for very good reasons. Now, in 2nd edition, let me move myself over here. You can see my little light apparatus here. Again, it's an 8th level spell. Range of touch, 1 to 4 rounds. When Ottos' Irresistible Dance is placed on a creature, the spell causes the recipient to begin dancing. It's pretty much the same... verbiage as the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons one. So the dance makes it impossible for the victim to do anything else. So no attacking, no moving, no nothing. It takes the penalty to its armor class, making saving throws impossible except on a roll of 20. So that's the difference. Before, in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, there was no possibility of a save. With this, it's a save on a 20. And they still can't use a shield. So you still have to touch them. Which was not easy in 2nd edition in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. Now, 3rd edition, this was a 6th level bard spell and an 8th level wizard spell. It was a standard action touch, lasted for 1 to 4 plus 1 rounds. They began to dance, and you had to touch them first. The spell effect made it impossible for the subject to do anything other than caper and prance. So no moving, no attacking, no nothing. They took a penalty to their save. They took a -10 penalty to reflex saves, and it negated any armor class bonus granted by a shield. The dancing subject provokes attacks of opportunity each round on its turn. So that's a new thing. So you can see progressively the saving throw thing got more beneficial to the player or the target. It still couldn't do anything, and then all of a sudden in 5th edition, it could do stuff, but it just had disadvantage against doing stuff. I like the provokes attacks of opportunity each round on its turn because it's moving around, sporadically and spasmodically. So, there is that. So all in all, this spell has gone through quite a few changes over the years. And it has gotten nerfed every single time it has appeared in a new edition of Dungeons & Dragons. But it's still a great spell. We're still giving an A. As you can see here, we're still giving it an A. And that is the video I got for everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody